So at TED, you tend to get really optimistic, excited takes about AI, and I love hearing them. Or the doom and gloom, AI is going to kill us all, it's all very terrifying. I am neither of those. I think we can have a really pragmatic and exciting future with AI, but I think we need some serious technologies to make this work and make this safe, and I want to tell you today about some of them. Before we can talk about AI, I want to go back and talk about the internet. This is Netscape in 1990, and back then people would say the internet would change everything, which, to their credit, I think they were mostly right. The internet's pretty big nowadays, and nowadays we hear AI will change everything, and frankly, I think that's true too. I think it'll be part of pretty much everything we do. It'll operate on negotiations on behalf of us, know everything about us, and that's exciting. But much like the internet, I think we need to think about security and how this plays a role. So I went back in the New York Times and Wall Street Journal archive to look at kind of newspaper headlines from the 1990s. And there was lots of excitement, but also lots of concern over fraud and privacy and security. And as we know, a lot of things went wrong. If you put in your credit card back in the day in 1990, there was no guarantee that someone else wasn't watching you type in your credit card. But we fixed that. Eventually, we figured it out. And by the time we got to the modern internet, we have this big not secure sign that Chrome will tell you. So that's HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And nowadays, you mostly use HTTPS. The S literally stands for secure. And when you try to access a website that's not secure, Chrome will tell you off. You're not supposed to be doing this. Now, security isn't perfect on the internet, but it's come a long way from where it was, and is really, quite powerful. Now we have e-commerce. You put in your credit card. You don't think twice about what's going to happen. Well, the bad news is AI is having pretty much the exact same security crisis. If you are using ChatGPT right now, and you can look at real use of ChatGPT, there's collections of data. People are uploading sensitive information left and right. Social security numbers, passwords, API keys, sensitive information. And there's all of these headlines about companies banning the use of AI because they're worried employees are uploading sensitive, commercial, confidential data to AI. This is not good. I really think this is not good. And there are real risks that companies will train on your data, that these companies will expose, we leak this data. We need real security to make this work. The good news is, I think we can solve this. I really do. I've built an entire research program around how do we build security and privacy into AI, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. The first thing to note is you're seeing all these cool demos, these AI faces, language models, robots. These are not one thing, one step. There's a whole pipeline and supply chain of AI, starting from data, how we train AI systems, how we deploy them, how we update them with relevant information. And every part of this AI supply chain needs security and privacy. I think this is absolutely critical if we're going to actually have a safe future. So, what do we do? The President of the United States called the need for more privacy in AI. And so we got together with people from across MIT in response to a request by the President of MIT to come together and figure out what can we actually do with AI to make it secure. And so, you might have an idea of how we can solve this. We just run AI on our device, right? Seems like a sensible solution. Apple just released a product with AI the other day. They do a lot of running of the AI model on your device, but not all of it. In reality, they have to send a bunch of data to a set of secure servers because the large frontier, really good models do not run on your device. They're too large, they're too complicated. And there's plenty of other problems as well. Running these AI models is extremely expensive. For you to run just one ChatGPT instance yourself, just in your backyard on your own local device, would cost you several $100,000 to run. And scale this up to enterprises, it gets expensive to be really serious about running things in a secure way, either locally or on-premise. And even if you can, all the really cool stuff is closed source. It's locked away behind OpenAI, Anthropic's Claude. These models cannot be run locally. You can't get that privacy guarantee. And I think we're going to have a future where there are lots of AI tools with different capabilities, different access to data or knowledge, and you're going to want to use them interchangeably, which means we can't just rely upon the easy solution that we all come up with first. And perhaps even more interestingly, there are real national security and regulatory implications of AI. AI is scary a little bit, and I think we have to take that seriously. But right now, the way this is all working is the government and other safety bodies want to go and look at your model and inspect it. They want to look at how you're using AI to make sure you're not using it wrong. And this is going to require them, under some of these national security rules, to look at everything you're using AI for. If AI knows everything about your life and is operating on your behalf, this is really scary if we have to give away all of this information. So I think we need serious security. So we got together all these people from across MIT and we put together a roadmap of what end-to-end privacy looks like for generative AI. And I think this is super exciting and a pragmatic way we can actually solve these problems. So I want to give you just 3 lessons from it, nothing complicated. The first is that the cryptography that we need for LLMs already exists. We just have to scale it up. Just like AI has been taking the ideas and making them bigger and better, we can do the same thing with the security that helped underpin the internet. We can make it bigger, we can make it better, we can make it work. But to actually have that work, we're going to need pretty much everything in the toolkit. If anyone is telling you that they have one solution to security or privacy for AI, they're definitely selling you something, and I wouldn't recommend trusting them too much. We're going to really need all of the tools to make this work. And third is, and hopefully you believe this a little bit, that this security will be necessary if we really want to see the safe and widespread deployment of AI, and something that's super exciting. So, if you take one thing away from this talk, you've heard these visions at TED of a future of AI that is exciting and interesting, and I really hope we achieve that. And I really hope, just as the internet having security unlocked the value of the internet, it created those killer apps like e-commerce and secure messaging, I think security for AI is going to unlock the killer app of AI. I don't know what it is, but I'm determined to help build a future where we can actually have it. Thank you.